with Toxic Family, part 20. Now, in part 19, we ended with my sister telling a lie about the house that caused me to walk away from everything that me and my older sister Lou was doing and walking away from my mother's old house. Now, the thing about that is the lie she told, it caused a lot of other issues. See, my plan, when I finished remodeling my mother's house, the plan was for me to buy more houses, okay? Then, because we was getting into the soul food restaurant and then the after hours spot, guess what? I would have been making enough money that there would have been no need for me to sell drugs no more. But all this was over with now because of a lie being told. So this sent me further into the street. I didn't talk to family. I didn't deal with no family for years after this. Now, I realized after a while that I couldn't keep selling drugs because selling drugs has an expiration date. It does not last forever. So I started telling myself, I can still take the money I got, open up a restaurant, go buy some houses, and get out the streets. So this is what I started planning to do. So I told myself, and I was talking to people around me as well, we was going to get out. So we started planning. And I got to a point and I said, hey, one more trip, one more run, one more flip, and this over with. It's done. So I took everything I had and put it into this one last time. Something I never do. And that one last time never happened. Load got intercepted coming from the West Coast. Game was over because this caused a domino effect of things started taking place. I seen what was coming. So I went home, hid out, 6, 7, 8 months. Didn't come out the house, didn't sell no drugs, didn't do nothing. Because I knew what was coming. So at some point, I finally decided to pop my head back out and go back to Ohio. And when I did, I realized that everything I thought was coming was waiting on me when I got back. Now, I see this. I'm at a house the first day I get back. Don't nobody know I'm back in the city. And the phone rings and there's somebody calling me. Now how is it that I'm getting a phone call in a place don't nobody know where I'm at? Well, at that point, I knew that I could not go back home. The reason being is because I didn't want my children to have to endure the feds kicking in their door. I didn't want them to experience the feds taking the house they living in. So I knew I couldn't go back home. I said to myself, my children's mother, she got a job. She got a car. She got the house. They'll be all right. Long as I don't go back there. So one day, I get a U-Haul truck. And I drive around the city all day shopping. Because I got me a little out-the-way apartment, a little hideout. And I went shopping all day, buying everything I needed. Living room, dining room, bedroom, bathroom stuff. Every single thing that you would need for a house I bought in one day. And loaded that U-Haul up. And in the process of me driving around, I was making sure wasn't nobody following me. And that night, I went to the apartment and loaded everything up in there and stayed there for months, hiding out. This was 1993. And one day, toward the end of 93, I get a phone call. Lo and behold, guess who it is? My sister Trisha again. Now, because my mind is on what's going on, I'm not thinking about what she done. Because I still don't know she done told me a lie. Now, but also it's something else going on here. See, remember I told you how back when she stopped being my guardian, how she started coming around? And it was a reason because somebody wanted me to see something. Well, that's what's going on here. See, somebody want me to see something once again. So she started coming around me. When she called, she was talking about shopping at a store in Ohio. And I'm in Ohio, so she gonna come down and come see me and go shopping. Okay, she do it on more than one occasion. Now, what I'm seeing, they still living that same lifestyle. Shopping, eating out, in and out of town. They still living their best life. Christmas time come. I hadn't seen my children in months because I hadn't been home. I had bought their Christmas toys and I was going to send it. But instead I decided just to come because I hadn't seen them. I was just going to go, drop the toys off and at least get a chance to see them, spend a little bit of time with them. And that's what I did. So, since I know I can't stay there a long period of time, and I'm talking to Trisha, I go to her house. Well, see, guess what I see when I go to her house? Sometime between when she left me in that house with no heat, and this point now, they done bought them a new house in Highland Park. But guess what else happened? She got her first job. Now wait a minute. She ain't had a job her whole life. Why she got a job now? Is it a coincidence that as soon as they buy this house, the same time she get her first job? No, it ain't no coincidence. What's going on here? Well, see, they lived good off their money all them years. And see, what they did was, the money was about gone. So they wanted to get something out this money that they didn't spend up. So they take the last of the money and buy this house in Highland Park that she live in to this day. So with the money gone, she got to finally get her first job because she want to keep the lifestyle going. So she got to get a job now to keep shopping. She got to get a job now to keep driving new cars. You see what I'm saying? They lived all these years off the money. And they took the last and bought this house in Highland Park. And that's what I was supposed to see. You see, it's a hell of a thing when you sit back and look at it. Because see, something else happened while I was there. I never even thought about this since then. But while I was there, she made a statement that she was going to leave her house to me. Now you think about this, because when she said it, in my mind, all I'm thinking, she got 2 children. Why would she make that statement to me? She gonna leave her house, not to her children, but to me. And even after that, she said it on several other occasions. And every time I had the same thought. Why is she saying this? Well, see, she was saying it because she knew where the money came from that bought the house. Family secrets. See, a few months after me being there for Christmas, lo and behold, I get a phone call one night. It was actually 12 o'clock. Some people I knew called and told me that the police had just left their house looking for me. Now, mind you, at this point, I ain't been selling no drugs for over a year, or at least a year. So I don't know what the police looking for me for, because I know I ain't did nothing. But I ain't no fool. I ain't finna just wait around and wait for them to come get me. So I get on the highway. Because they looking for me in Ohio, I'm going back to Detroit. But I don't go home or nobody's house. I go to the hotel. So I called back to Ohio the next day. And everybody I talked to telling the story of how they done seen me on the news all day long. Me and 14, 15 other people under federal indictment. And it blew me away because I knew they was coming, but I didn't know they was coming like this. So I keep running for a while. Finally, I get caught. I knew it was coming. So when I go to sentencing, my sister Tricia orchestrates all these family members to come down to Ohio to my sentencing. Now, when you look at this, the first thing you're thinking, that's good looking out, because that's what I thought. Yeah, she looked out, getting all these people together to come, because, when you go to get sentencing and you got family support, the judge look at that. And that's what the lawyer has said, so that's what she went out and done to make sure I had family support. Now, here's the thing about it. Yeah, that was good looking out. But why now? Why now? See, because here's my thing on it. When I was 15, 16, over there at my mother's house, and remember the family members had turned it into a crack house. And I told her what was going on. Why you couldn't orchestrate 10, 15 family members to come over there and put an end to our mother's house being a crack house. It was in the same city. Family members stayed 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. This was about stopping our mother's house from being a crack house. Why she didn't do that then? See, let me tell you why. See, because then she had the money. They was living their best life. They didn't care about what I was going through as a child while she was my guardian. But see, I get grown and I'm on my way to prison. They just spent the last of the money on this house. So now that the money is gone, the guilty conscience is tearing her up. She looking at all of this that she done. She thinking about, has she not stole all the money, we wouldn't have went through all of this that we went through. And if we hadn't went through that, 9 times out of 10, I never would have started selling drugs. And if I didn't start selling drugs, I wouldn't be on my way to prison. And the conscience is tearing her up. So she got to go out her way and do what she can do, whatever it is, to get this guilty conscience off of her, to do something. This is what she done. It didn't stop there though. The saga continues. Growing up with toxic family. Part 21. It gets better. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel.